What's up, guys? We are back with another video, another episode, man. Split Decision Pod. 3 weeks down, 3 weeks in a row. We back, man. I'm trying to be consistent for y'all, man. I'm trying to get it back going. Shout out to EGF, man. Miss you every day, man. But I mean, before we get to the 325 predictions, y'all see the description. We don't gotta waste no time as always. But I want to say I was mildly off. I was off. I had Gene Silva losing, had Gaethje losing. I guess the rest I was right because Waldo won, Natalia won, and Umar. But I guess when you lose the main event, I guess it feels like a lot. But I mean, 3 out of 5, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. But shout out to Justin Gaethje and Patty Pimpin, man. That was a hell of a war. I mean, that was a war. I mean, I know it's January, but already got a fight at a year contender. That's major, man. But without further ado, man, let's move on. 325. We are in Australia. Aussie. My guy Volkanovski fighting again as we getting back, or as I'll get to that eventually. But starting off the card, Quiliad. I'm gonna mess up all these names. Quiliad S. Skillet S. Quiliad S. Versus Jamie Malarkey. This is gonna be, I think it could have the makings to be a tough fight. I mean, for Quiliad, he definitely ran through his last opponent. Knockout of the year or of last year's contender for sure on that Aspinall Gone card. I remember that, but his striking is crisp, man. He's gonna be somebody to look out for a while. Like, he has really, really crisp striking. Like, his kicks, his punches. He times things up well, and I think he flows everything well. And Jamie, I mean, he's a tough guy. He's been around for a while. He's coming off of a dub, had two rough losses, back to Ruffy and the Hasselprot guy, who Quiliad just beat and knocked out. With all that being said, I think we're going to open off the main card with a KO from Quiliad. I think he's going to knock him out in the second round. I'm going to go early second round stoppage for Quiliad, man, to open off the card. But like I said, Jamie Malarkey, I mean, he is not an easy fight at all. He's been around. He's tough. I mean, don't get it mistaken. But I'm going to go Quillian Sal Kid with like I said, I'm going to go second round. I think he's going to improve to 11-1, continue to be undefeated in UFC and climb the ranks slowly but surely. He's gonna be a good prospect to look out for. And lightweight, I'm definitely gonna keep my eyes on him all throughout this year. Moving on to the next one, another Aussie. We got Tai Tuivasa versus Tyson Textier. Now, two guys, Tai, who's obviously he's literally, as EGF would say, he would be laughing in my face calling him Tony Ferguson right now. I mean, I think he has 5 in a row. I think 4 or 5 in a row. Jason Struck, Sergey. I mean, he had some tough losses. And Towson just came off of a tough loss as well. I think this will only be his 3rd or 4th UFC fight. With that being said, experience definitely can always play a factor, especially when you look at the fact that Ty has been in there with, just about all the premier heavyweights that you think about. Like I said, when you think about Derek Lewis, Sergey, he's even been there with Cyril Gahn. He's been in there with a bunch of guys. So, like I said, the experience factor is there, but I don't think it's going to do too much, if I'm really being honest. I think the length and the reach and the distance would be a little bit of a problem for Tai Tuivasa, especially with him being a guy that really does his best damage with those short distance, inside, dirty boxing type of combos. I just think Towson has just proved to be a little bit too much for him, and I honestly think he's probably going to retire in Sydney. I think we're probably going to get a retirement fight, and we don't know it. Although, I don't know, Towson. Ty kind of strikes me as a guy. I don't know. I was going to say he strikes me as a guy that will, let people know, hey, this is my retirement fight. But I don't know. I don't know. I could definitely see Towson retiring Ty in his hometown, if I'm really being honest. At that point, if he'd be done lost 5 or 6 in a row, you get your last fight in your hometown, you're probably not going to get that again. At that point, you might as well just retire, right? And on the flip side, if he wins, coming off of a 4 or 5 fight skid, losing skid, again, what's a better ending than that? You get to crack your bad losing streak on your home soil, your career on top of the dub. So I don't know. I think this probably will be the last time we see Tai Tuivasa. With that being said, I'm going to go Tyson Teixeira, another stoppage. I'm going to go a little early. I'm going to go first round. I think Tyson's going to come out with because listen, he got that Derek Lewis fight for a reason, and I just want to say that Derek Lewis, as we talked about last week, Derek Lewis proved to be Derek Lewis. Listen, the last thing that goes away is power, and Towson got caught. He got caught. This the game we play. He got caught, and I like I said, I just want to remember that he got there. He got that fight for a reason. He was a dangerous prospect on the up and up, and he definitely can. He definitely can turn things around. I think this would be the good time for him to do that against a guy like Tai Tuivasa. So I think, like I said, I'm gonna stick with my first round stoppage pick. My first round stoppage. I'm gonna go. So far I got a second round stoppage and a third round stoppage. I mean, dang, am I gonna have all stoppages? Probably not, as I'm thinking about this next fight, as we got Mauricio Ruffy. I almost said Shogun. That's hilarious. Mauricio Ruffy versus Rafael Fiziev, coming off of the Ignacio win, the two Gaethje losses. Before that, then you got Ruffy, obviously looking to make a statement after BSD kind of just ran through him and ran through him pretty much. This is going to be a high action, very, very high level, high exchange fight. I mean, you got when you think about just Muay Thai and MMA, or seeing Muay Thai being done in MMA, I mean, you look at Rafael Fiziev, he is a really great Muay Thai striker. He does really nice damage with his knees in the clinch when very opportunistic with those. Throw elbows every now and then. His kicks are just so hard. It just sounds like for like a guy to be in the littler divisions, he kicks like a truck. Like, I don't even want to block his kick. I mean, his kicks, he's just a all around Muay Thai guy. When you think of Ruffy, more karate, taekwondo style, more snappy, quicker kicks, but both effective. And it's gonna be a great, beautiful display of martial arts in there. Like, it's gonna be high level from bell to bell. This was actually a great fight. My only problem with it is, like I said in not my previous video, my video 2 videos ago now. Can still go check it out, 2026 wish list. But why is Ruffy like getting another shot in the top 10 when we just gave him that shot versus BSD? I mean, I know it's a rhetorical question. We know the answer because he's Ruffy, he's popular, fun fights, gets finishes, yada yada yada. But why is he actually? And ultimately, I think as fun as the fight is going to be, I think Raphael is going to edge out a fun, nice decision, man. I just think, like I said, with the experience being in there with guys like Renato, guys like Gaethje 2 times, even Ignacio, he's a really good prospect. Outside of King Green, Ignacio probably is better than anybody Ruffy has beaten, I should say. So, like, I don't know. I just think the experience will definitely play a factor. And just like I said, his overall use of the Muay Thai, I think he's going to find ways to throw Ruffy's rhythm off, use the clinch, like I said, implement those precise knees that he loves. And I mean, as we saw in the Gaethje and Ignacio fight, he's not afraid to, I mean, if he feels like he has an advantage with the grappling, he's not afraid to shoot a takedown or two just to make you feel uncomfortable, just to make you feel like, hey, this isn't going to be a full-on stand-up fight. And I feel like Ruffy would be the perfect opportunity to do that, especially, I mean, just seeing what we just saw against BSD. But with that being said, the flip side of that is, seeing what we saw against BSD, you'd have to imagine that Ruffy is going to come out in his mind trying to have the best performance he can when it comes to showing that he can defend wrestling. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, if he doesn't really show that, eventually, I mean, at the end of the day, nobody's really going to take him seriously how he wants to be. I mean, I'm sure he wants to be a world champion. Yeah, but ultimately, I just think Fiziev, I think like I said, I think this is going to be one where the experience factor comes into play a little bit. And I just think his overall use of mixed martial arts, like I said, the clinch and just taking takedowns, I think Fiziev will be able to edge out a very close and fun decision. Split or majority or unanimous, whatever. Good question. I don't really know. I'm gonna say I'll say majority. Whatever. I'll say majority. On to our co-main event, another Aussie and Dan Hooker, Aussie versus BSD the Frenchman. BSD coming off of that very strong performance versus Ruffy, as we talked about. Hooker, not so much, coming off of a very kind of lackluster performance versus Arman Tsarukyan. Granted, Arman Tsarukyan probably does that to a lot of the top 10, but that's not the point. This is another really, really fun fight, and I'm really intrigued by this because, for one, like, it's just, I just really think well, for one, any fight you put Dan Hooker in, it just seems to be, for the most part, he finds a way to just make it tooth and nail, scrap, fun, violent, just everything you want as a UFC fan, right? And then you got another up and comer, a guy in BSD who, I mean, pretty much does the same thing. I mean, even when I think about like his recent losses, I mean, DP, when he fought DP was still like very, very like top three world championship level. And he fought him really good in the first round, but ultimately, I think that experience of DP just kind of played a factor, and he taught BSD a lesson. Now, I mean, same thing with Moicano. Even with Moicano, though, he got very dominant. He got dominated very badly in that first round. Like I say that to say, like, that was a 10-7 round. He was fucked up, and he still found a way to push forward, fight tooth and nail, and still make it a really. I mean, it it was 1-1 in a sense that Renato took the first round, BSD took the second round. But I mean, Renato was probably up on the scorecard because it was probably a 10-8, 10-7. But my point is, he got to see him get so brutally battered in that first round and still come back and win the second. I mean, he just couldn't get off the stool in the third because of the doctor. But to see that heart, to see that's just something that really sticks with me, especially when I think about this fight. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we all know, in order to get a win off Dan Hooker, you need those intangibles. You need that heart. You need, like, some type of experience. You need all those extra intangibles because those are the boxes that Dan is going to check. The toughness, the experience, just all those intangibles. And to see that BSD is slowly gaining that for as young as he is, I think that's really impressive. Like I said, I mean, Renato is no joke. I mean, fighting DP, no joke. Ruffy is a tall test. He's starting to get that experience in these, I don't want to say big fights, but kind of against viable opponents. And I think it's going to work out for him in his favor. And I think it's going to I think it's done nothing but build confidence to him up in this point. I mean, and I think the momentum is going to be a little bit on his side as well. I think Dan Hooker will make it a very, very tough and fun fight, but ultimately, I just think BSD and his pressure paired with his like grappling pace. I mean, he puts on such a high pace when it comes to just his grappling. Overall, I think it's going to be a little bit too much for Dan Hooker to deal with in this stage of his career. Um, I don't think he's going to finish him. Maybe I do. I'm going to go BSD. What was my last one? I said decision was the last one because did I say decision was my last one? I said decision because I said finish. Dang, I've had two finishes so far. I guess, dang, that's a tough one. Is he gonna finish Dan Hooker, bro? He could. He can very much finish Dan Hooker in the second or first round. If I'm really being honest, man, he really could. Two decisions, one decision, two finishes so far. I'm gonna go. He's in his hometown. He's not gonna get finished in his hometown, man. I'm gonna go decision. I'm gonna go BSD decision. BSD getting a majority decision over Dan Hooker. And on to the main event, the one we've all been looking for. Alexander the great Volkanovski steps back into the octagon versus Diego Lopes. A rising, surging, even more hungry Diego Lopes from last time, man. I mean, we saw that fight in Miami. I think it was Miami, whatever. 314 Miami, yeah, it was fireworks. And I'm expecting nothing less. Volk should be very well rested, very fresh. I'm expecting like another one of those 5-round master classes like he gave us last time. And Diego, I mean, coming off of a very, very big explosive win, a finish versus the Surgeon Gene Silva, who literally just won on Saturday. I think he's gonna come in even more confident. I mean, he's seen Volkanovski. He even said in those interviews, like, "Hey, I let that moment get to me a little too much. Like just the moment of fighting Volkanovski." And I think I kind of see where he's going with that because when I watched that first fight, I just felt like the whole fight, not as a Volk. I wasn't saying this as a Volk fan because I wanted Volk to win, but just as a fight fan, I'm just saying like Diego, go, go, Diego, go press him, go find your shot, go find your openings, find your find your opportunities because Volk, and he does a great job of this most of his fights. He did such a great job of just going out there early, setting the tone, and just dictating the tempo and the timing and the pace of the fight. And I think that threw off Diego a lot. I mean, obviously we saw him get his big connection. And even throughout the fight, it was very evident that like when he hit Volk, it was a little bit more, a little bit more knockout threatening, I'll say. But Volk just masterclassed him. He's used his footwork, used his angles as he always does, his great boxing, his IQ, just to not really get hit that much. I mean, I don't think Volk really. I'd say Volk probably won that fight 4-1, and I'm really expecting another decision just like that, another unanimous decision. I just think this is the case of Volkanovski just simply being the better fighter, experienced fighter, as I keep talking about when it comes to experience. But overall, I just think he's better, even at this 38-year-old age. I think he's just better than Diego Lopez, and they can fight. I think he just beats him more times than not, and I think he's going to show that Saturday. Can Diego come differently? Yes. Like I said, if I was Diego, I would love to see him show Volkanovski a little bit less respect. I think he walked in that octagon with too much respect for him. Hey, this is the GOAT. Hey, this is Alexander Volkanovski. I can't really fight him how I fought Brian Ortega. I can't really fight him how I fought Movsar, Sadiq Yosef, etc., or Gene Silva. I can't really get into a firefight with him, but if we're being honest, that's probably his best chance, is like to make things nasty, make things dirty, pressure him, and just like make Volk uncomfortable. That's what he had, and just land his shots. Because, like I said, at this point, I think it's a power discrepancy, and I think it's a durability experiment. I think at this stage, and this is how it should be, Diego Lopez can take more than Volkanovski can take in terms of punishment and damage. So with that being said, he should be, and he's been in there with him for 25 minutes. He's felt Volkanovski. He's felt his best. So he should come in there knowing that, okay, I can take his best shot. Let's see if he can take mine over and over again. He needs that type of mindset. He needs to make things nasty, and they can't let it be a fight of a chess match, a thinking technicality, like a clean technical chess striking match. Because I'll tell you one thing: Volk beats everybody in the featherweight division in that type of fight. Everybody. Everyone. He beats Movsar, he beats Lerone Murphy, he beats Aljamain Sterling, he beats Gene Silva, he beats Arnold Allen, he beats everyone in that type of fight. You can't win like that. He is too smart and too good at this stage for you can't. You got to make things nasty and try to just put a beating on him. You got to make it a nasty fight. And that's why I'm Volk. I'm kind of same principles as last time. Movement, a lot of circling out footwork, not getting caught against the cage. I think he did a great job of that. I think that Ilya fight definitely kind of, made him kind of emphasize that a little bit. I loved how he circled off the cage and created good angles like he always did. His boxing, great use of kicks, wrestling. I mean, he just did it all. He kept Diego guessing, and that was the main thing. That was the main thing that kept Diego a step behind. He said he always felt a step behind because of Volkanovski's game plan. He simply just kept Diego guessing and just made him thinking, not letting him to just react as much as he wanted to. And ultimately, I think that's what kind of held Diego back, and that's something that he should look to improve upon coming into this fight. So with that being said, I think Volkanovski is going to put on another masterclass performance for us, and I think he's gonna take home this title via majority decision. I'm gonna go majority decision this time, Volkanovski. So what? That's 2 KOs and a decision. Cause yeah, I got Quilladad by KO. I got Ty Tuivasa losing by KO. I got Rafael Fiziev decision, Dan Hooker decision, Volkanovski decision. Excuse me. 3 decisions, man. Let's see how we go, man. Until next time, y'all know where to find me, man. Sub at Split Decision 2 _ on TikTok, Mikey Sports Realms 2, Mikey Sports Realm. Also, I'm sorry, Life in Cleveland on Instagram, and Split Decision 2 _ on Instagram as well, man. Come on, man. We back at it. Can't wait to give y'all some new content next week, man. Let me know in the comments what y'all want to see from me. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. I'm out of here. Till next time. Peace.